Hello my darlings, I hope you're all doing very well. In today's video I am doing a tattoo etiquette video. I haven't done one of these in a very long time. It's been a while. For those that don't know, that might be new to my channel, my tattoo etiquette series is where I do sort of like a deep dive on a certain topic or person within the tattoo industry or not in the tattoo industry, and they're doing something a little bit shady or inappropriate. So yeah, with this one I feel like it's been a long time coming, and it's been one of those things that I've wanted to talk about for a while, but then been like, oh, I'm probably going to annoy a lot of people. But now I just don't care anymore. I just want to talk about something and create awareness to something that I feel like is very important and it needs to be talked about. I will say straight from the top of this video, because I know there'll be a select few people that will comment something like this, so I'm addressing it right here, right now. I don't need any comments saying, I'm a male, I don't agree with this behaviour, I would never do this. I'm sorry, but you do not get a medal for being a decent human being. You not doing this or you not agreeing with this, it should be the norm, so you don't get a medal, okay? I don't need anyone being like, oh, I'm a male and I would never. Thanks for the information, but we don't care. You don't get a party for being decent, okay? So what we're going to be talking about in today's tattoo etiquette is male tattoo artists sexualizing women clients. Luckily, a lot of male tattoo artists are not guilty of this, obviously. Like, I don't have to say it again. You know, they don't get a medal for being a decent human being. But it is something that's sort of creeping up and happening more and more as, you know, Instagram gets even bigger, because it's an online platform that the majority of tattoo artists use as a portfolio. It's easily accessible, and you know, anyone in the world can view your work. And I feel like there's a lot of male tattoo artists out there that are trying to get even more scandalous as the times go on, to get the views, to get people to look at their content, so to say, to get the followers and all of that jazz. So before I talk any more about this, I just want to do a quick trigger warning, just in case any of you find this kind of topic, you know, uncomfortable for whatever reason. Maybe you've been in this situation where you felt uncomfortable at the hands of a male tattoo artist. If you are uncomfortable, I completely understand. Your health and well-being is a lot more important than this video, of course. If you need to click out of the video, I understand, of course. But yeah, I will be talking a lot about, you know, males being inappropriate, and that can be uncomfortable for some. Okay, so let's carry on with the video. Now, of course, women and non-binary tattoo artists can also be guilty of this. I've personally only seen male tattoo artists be guilty of this kind of behaviour over the years of making content, over the years of scrolling through Instagram endlessly for hours a day. Like, looking on Instagram at tattoo artists is pretty much what I do a lot, just because, you know, to get inspired for content and what have you. So I see a variety of different styles of tattoos every day, and then obviously with that I see a different variety of how tattoo artists take photos. And for the most part, it is, of course, tattoo artists taking a close-up photo of the tattoo they have just done, and it's like, wham bam, thank you ma'am, that's all we care about. We don't care about the body that it's on, we just care about the artwork that we've produced, which is the way it should be, in my opinion. A few years ago, I think it must have been around about 4 years ago, I think the video's still up, I made a video calling out a famous tattoo magazine, which is Inked magazine. They're predominantly now online, I believe, with like their YouTube videos and what have you. I've reacted to a few of them myself, but I pretty much just said that, you know, they are incessant on sexualizing women, and, you know, instead of getting to know the person behind the tattoos and why they get tattooed, what's their tattoo journey, it's always about what that person looks like and what their body looks like. And, you know, tattooed people are way more than that. It's something that I will always preach. We are not just our tattoos. Of course, they're a huge part of our lives. You know, like, my tattoos have pretty much given me my job, because without my tattoos I wouldn't be sitting here talking, of course. And they can do so much for each individual. So why can't we learn about that instead of looking at this half-naked woman? You know, this kind of behaviour has leaked onto Instagram with male tattoo artists. They want to focus more on the person, the canvas, rather than the artwork that they're producing. So there was a video on Instagram that I saw that kind of started my urgency to make this tattoo etiquette video, and this was a video from a tattoo artist on Instagram called Luca Punch March Esole. He posted a video of him basically massaging a client on her like thighs, bum area, and I'm assuming that this was after a tattoo session. Unfortunately, due to YouTube copyright situation, I can't play the video with sound, but the song that he chose is a song by Eminem, which is called Superman. You may be aware of it, but here's some of the lyrics. I will read them out to you. I'm not gonna sit here and sing or anything, because you know my singing voice is just far too good. I know you want me, baby. I think I want you too. I think I love you, baby. I think I love you too. I'm here to save you, girl. Come and be in Shady's world, which makes this whole situation even more creepy in my opinion. It's got that sort of vibe of Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines song. You know, there was a whole controversial thing about that being a little bit you know, R-word, like, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube anymore, to be honest, but you know, the word, like, it's a little bit like unconsensual. That's probably the best word to use. So after some backlash, I think it got shared quite a lot, and I think he first turned off the comments, because I'd imagine there was a lot of people being like, what the hell are you doing, dude? And then it got shared quite a lot to people's Instagram stories and what have you. I was one of them. He decided to delete the video, but me being me, I had screen recorded it beforehand. Now, there is obviously a possibility that this tattoo artist knows this client very well. They're very good friends. It could be his girlfriend or even wife. I don't know. But if that was the case, wouldn't you address that fact? Wouldn't you just be like, oh, this was just a joke, this is my very good friend, this is my girlfriend, this is my wife, like, don't worry about it, chill out, you know, it's just a joke, blah blah blah, you know, the usual defensive excuses. He was obviously trying to achieve something, so why not stand by it? Like, why are you deleting this video? A guilty person always tries and hides the evidence. This tattoo artist also takes pictures in the most bizarre way. For example, this sleeve. Why does a person need to be this naked for a sleeve photo? I'm yet to figure out a logical explanation for this. Here's some examples of tattoo artists taking pictures of freshly done sleeve tattoos for some comparison of what I would say is normal. And these photos make it more about the tattoo and not the canvas. Now, sexualizing tattooed women has been around for many, many years. We can look back at old photos of women with tattoos or women that are getting tattooed. They are sexualized way more than any male client. In the early 1900s, in sort of like the Western side of the world, tattooed women were seen as some kind of freak show, like something to stare at, and unfortunately that hasn't changed that much. One of the problems with this going on for so long is adding onto the stereotype that tattooed women are a certain type of way, that we're extremely easy, promiscuous, which of course there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if that's how you want to live your life, like, I am not one to slut shame or whatever, like, you do you. But these assumptions can lead to very awkward conversations with complete strangers that are men who have absolutely no limits and think it's okay to talk to tattooed women like we're some kind of easy ride or something. Now, of course, this happens to all women. I will never say that, you know, tattooed women have it harder or anything like that, but tattooed women seem to have this ongoing reputation of being easy or whatever, right? And we can get degraded quite a lot. And I see this a lot when I'm scrolling through like my newsfeed on Facebook. There'll be an article about a tattooed woman or something tattoo related, and there's so many creepy men in there just being disgusting towards, you know, whoever this article is about. It's normally stuff like, oh, daddy issues, I bet she's a good fuck. Something along those lines, you know, like, oh, I bet she's filthy, or I wonder where else she's tattooed. All of this disgusting stuff. I'm sure if you're a tattooed woman, you've probably had those disgusting remarks thrown at you. I certainly have. Not so much anymore because I don't really go out that much, you know. But when I went out quite a bit when I was younger, Men were nasty at times, you know, but again, men are nasty towards women most of the time, so oh god. Another example of unnecessary footage of a tattoo is this one from a tattoo artist on Instagram. His username is David Taut, black and grey. We have this stupidly long walking intro to the tattoo to get sort of like a full body shot of the client. I don't know why it was needed. Start filming from the tattoo station. Just do a nice little panoramic thing of just going down like that. You're done. This whole video is extremely awkward, extremely creepy, and again, it makes it more about the client and not the tattoo. This issue adds to the famous boys club reputation that the tattoo industry has. The boys club reputation has been around for many years. It's one example of what gives tattooing a bad name, and because tattooing is somewhat unregulated, you know, anyone can be a tattoo artist as long as you've been maybe through an apprenticeship and you have the, you know, health and safety qualifications and what have you, and you know how to deal with human waste, so to say. You can be a tattoo artist. There's no intense background checks or anything like that. I'm not talking about, you know, just petty criminals. I'm talking about people that have possibly been done for sexual assault, all of that awful stuff. I've had many messages over the years from women talking about uncomfortable tattoo sessions, or they know someone that has had an uncomfortable tattoo session, and you know what goes on within these tattoo sessions, mainly inappropriate joking. And of course, within a tattoo studio, it is a adult based environment for the most part, so you're gonna get like adult jokes and what have you. They're okay unless you're uncomfortable with them, of course, but you know, you'll get the banter and whatever, which is fine. That's what makes a tattoo studio environment fun. But there are tattoo artists out there that can take it far too far. I've also had messages from women saying that a male tattoo artist they've been to has commented on their body, what it looks like, you know, along the lines of, wow, you are in shape, or you have lovely chest area, or wow, your bum is amazing, or, you know, I can't wait to touch you. I feel uncomfortable saying it, you know, or oh my gosh, you look so sexy, or you're so hot, or asking the inappropriate question of where else are you tattooed, and not in a, you know, like, oh, so what other tattoo artists have you been tattooed by? Are you a bit of a tattoo collector? That's fine. Those kind of conversations are completely normal, but it's the implying like, oh, so you tattooed elsewhere, wink wink. A lot of male tattoo artists don't know the boundary of asking inappropriate questions about relationships. Of course, the comment of like, oh, hey, do you have like a partner, a boyfriend or whatever, that's normally okay, I would say, but pressing for more information, like, are you happy in your relationship, and, you know, how does he treat you good, or do they treat you good, you know, whatever relationship you may be in. And then there's the unsolicited flirting, and even worse, sexual assault, because, you know, male tattoo artists abuse their power. You know, they are essentially allowed to touch you while getting tattooed, and they can always say, oh, sorry, that was an accident or whatever, which obviously sometimes accidents happen, you know, a boob graze or whatever is one of those things, but there's like a line, and there's a few tattoo artists that will cross that line. In June 2020, I uploaded a video talking more in depth about this kind of thing. I will leave a link to it down below. Anyway, if you have to use a woman's body to sell your tattoos and to get clients or clout or followers, likes or whatever, to me, that is a huge red flag. Why can't you let your artwork talk for you? Like the majority of tattoo artists, you know, they'll always take a photo up close of the tattoo. Sometimes it would be a little bit farther away just so you can see where it is on the body, but the client, the canvas, isn't the main attraction. This focus is still on that artwork. I feel like the men that post these unnecessary photos and videos of their work, aka women's bodies, do it to uphold a certain lifestyle image. They're kind of like,
oh, look at me, look at all of these beautiful women that I get to touch daily. I bet everyone is so jealous of me.
And it's like, no, hun, you're just a dirty old man. Also, a thing that I've noticed 95% of the time when a male tattoo artist is guilty of doing this, it's always a slimmer woman. Of course, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a slim woman. There's a point of to why I've brought this up. You will barely see anyone that's, you know, super curvy, voluptuous, plus size in this situation. You know, I can imagine there's some male tattoo artists out there being like, bro, just calm down, you know, like it's artwork. Why are you so pressed? Okay, so if that's the case, where's the rest of your clients? Why are you not making the rest of your clients act like this, stand like this? Or is it because they're not your standard of sexy or beauty? They're not going to get you the likes and the follows. Because if it's not about the body and the sexiness, and it is about your art, then where's the same energy across the board? Why are there not other people standing there pretty much naked? Why is it always, you know, the slim woman? So you can't stand there and defend your actions when there's not the same energy across the board. If there was the same energy across the board, I would have left the tattoo artist that I've shown alone, but there's not. It's just one type of person all the time. Here's another example of what the hell is the point in this. This is from Joseph Haif's tattooer. Why would you make your clients sit like this? First of all, that's very uncomfortable. What's wrong with the standard getting someone to stand right against a wall, take a photo of the back piece? Why are we sitting like this? Here's a photo from the same artist. Again, why? Just why? This whole situation is awkward and just uncomfortable to see. Now, of course, the women in these photos could be comfortable with doing this. They could have consented to doing this. I don't want to make accusations that they're not. But what if a woman was not to be comfortable with this? I'm personally a huge people pleaser. I find it very hard to say no to people. I also have anxiety, which makes it even worse for me to say like no or disagree with someone or what have you, unless I know them very, very well. I know a lot of you guys feel the same through comments. You know, if you saying, how do I talk to a tattoo artist if I don't like a tattoo that they've drawn up for me? Or, you know, how do I say, you know, I don't want this and what have you, you know, the whole situation with getting tattooed. So I know a lot of you do feel uncomfortable speaking up in a sort of professional setting. So if you mix that with a very pushy male tattoo artist who wants a sexy photo or who wants to do an inappropriate video, it could be very hard for someone to say no. And then that male tattoo artist can take advantage of you and whoever else. I don't know whether this is me being an overthinker as well, but for me, saying no to people, I always overthink what could happen. For example, what if you're on a first tattoo session of like a large back piece and then you're done and then the male tattoo artist is like, okay, we're going to take a photo, video, whatever. And he's like, okay, can you stand like this? Can you arch your back? Can you, you know, crouch down? Can you spread your cheeks? I don't freaking know, right? My instant thought is, if I say no, is that then going to lead to complications further down the line? Is he going to, you know, think I'm a bit of a prude? Is he going to not want to tattoo me anymore? Is the next few sessions coming up going to be extremely awkward? Or is he just going to make my life miserable? Is the other sessions going to be uncomfortable? You know, like, I instantly overthink these things, but I'd imagine, you know, that's a thought that runs through anyone's mind should they want to say no to something like this. You know, it makes me just feel awkward of how many of these women that have been in this situation have actually wanted to say no, but then thought, actually, no, maybe I can't say no. Do you know what I mean? Like, these male tattoo artists can take advantage of women very easily. And there's another thing that puts just pure fear into me is women who aren't aware of the tattoo industry and they end up getting tattooed by an inappropriate male tattoo artist, and then for them to think that this is completely normal, like their behaviour is normal, and then they get taken advantage of. And I'll say right now that these types of photos and videos are not normal. It should always be about the tattoo and not your body. Also with this is younger women being in this situation and having these videos and photos taken of them. So, for example, in many places around the world, to get tattooed, you have to be 18. But in some places you can be 16, and in some other places you can be 14 with parental consent. I don't think I need to say any more on how inappropriate that could get. You know, if a very young woman comes across a tattoo artist like this and then they are sort of pressured into taking photos or videos of them, yeah, like no. You know what I'm getting at. It's wrong. So wrong. Me making this video probably won't make any changes whatsoever to the tattoo industry, the boys club, but I hope this video brings more awareness to this situation so you guys can sort of look out for, you know, red flags within tattooing. And I just want to keep you guys safe. I don't want any of you ever to be in a situation where you feel uncomfortable with getting tattooed, because being tattooed is a very, very personal thing. It may not seem like it because, you know, a lot of us probably view it as just like going to the hairdresser or whatever, you know, like we go so often, we don't really think about how personal it is. I sometimes forget. But a tattoo artist is working on your body. For you to allow them to do that is somewhat of a privilege, you know, like you're allowing essentially this stranger, unless you go to them quite often and you become friends with this tattoo artist or whatever, but you're essentially allowing a stranger be all up in your grill and scar you for life. You know, it's quite a personal thing, and for someone to abuse that and take advantage of your trust, awful, disgusting. And I know it might sound a bit dramatic, but for example, if you went to the hairdresser, like me for example, my hair is black and it's kind of hard to see on t-shirts. If my hairdresser was like, oh hey, can you like take your t-shirt off so I can take a photo of it, because I can't really see it with the, you know, your t-shirt, it's weird, like yeah, just stand there in your bra, and they were filming from far away and, you know, walking in and you can see my bra and then my lower back or whatever, or the front of me. That would be so inappropriate. That would be, you know, you could cause an absolute stir over that. It would be seen as like, what the hell is this hairdresser doing? So why is that energy not put into tattoo artists? And I think it's because it's such an unregulated industry. It's like a free-for-all. You know, there's so many tattoo artists that can get away with a lot because of it. And it's quite scary. Honestly, you know, the tattoo industry is a great place. I will praise it forever. You know, I always like to look at the good side of things, but there is a bad side as well. And before I end this video as well, don't get this twisted. If you yourself want to take, you know, saucy photos of your tattoos or of your body, you do that. That's more of like a self-empowerment, you know, go girlfriend kind of thing. You wouldn't be adding to the problem because it's you doing it. In a professional setting where someone should just be showing off the artwork, you know, and not the body, that's not okay in my opinion. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. If you guys have got any questions, concerns, you want to talk about any inappropriate experiences or whatever, or you needed some advice, I'm sure we can all help each other out in the comments down below. That's what this whole series is about, and this whole channel. That goes for every video that I upload, of course. And yeah, until my next video, I hope you all stay safe and well, and yeah, okay, bye.